Hello everybody, welcome back to Pixie Woo. Today I have a special video for you. I have got a lovely lady in the studio with me today called Alex, who is 28 years old and has been fighting cancer for 4.5 years now. So I brought her in today to do a makeup video on her for you. I've had a really long chat with Alex about the products she can and can't use, and we will talk you through it. Okay, so this is Alex. You may hear some background noise today because we've got the window open, so there's a bit of air coming in because it's very hot in this studio, as you all know. Firstly, I need to use some sanitizer for my hands. The most important thing is hygiene. You must make sure that everything is clean and so there's no chance of infection whatsoever. So sanitize my hands nicely. My brushes, I have put them all in a sanitizing unit which gets rid of all the bacteria. So they're just being done at the moment, and I'm going to pop some moisturizer on first. Now I've just been to Boots and I got some Oilatum, some new Oilatum, another one. And I asked at the pharmacy and they said it's absolutely fine to be used on patients that are suffering from cancer or going through chemo because it doesn't have parabens in. So we're going to use a bit of that. Now what do you use at the moment?
I use Clarins. You're
using Clarins,
yeah.
And you find that that really works?
Yeah, I use all the high moisturising ones, so yeah, just to try and keep up, yeah, and particularly around my eyes.
Is that what you get most dry?
Yes, yeah, that's definitely.
Now you've had your brows and your liner tattooed on.
Yeah.
Is there a reason?
Yeah, because after my second lot of chemo, they grew back after the first lot. Pretty much 9 times of the time they will grow back after your just normal first lot of chemo. Because I'm unlucky and got the secondaries, I had to have more chemo, and then they just decided after 2 hits of chemo they weren't going to grow back. And so they didn't, and that was 2.5 years ago. And so I got so fed up with a blank complexion the whole time, I've let them tattoo you this year.
And you've had them done recently, haven't you?
Yes, yeah.
And you love it?
Yeah, absolutely love it, yeah.
They look great as well.
Really pleased with them.
Did you research into it before you had it done?
A little, but most people put me off having it done because most people said that people they've seen how it done are awful and they're really black and just horrendous. But I trusted my mum's friend to do a good job, and I knew she would. And yeah.
Well, they look brilliant because they actually are drawn in like hairs, which is amazing. Let me get the brushes.
Fantastic job, bless her.
Right, okay, let's start off. Now, first of all, I am going to use a little bit of BECCA. This is a primer, but it's also got a real shimmer to it, so it's going to make the skin a lot more illuminated. That way, because you get a little bit dull. Did you find that? Well, you aren't. Your skin's lovely and
I do the opposite, go red, but yeah, often that's the case. Yeah.
So I'm just going to use, this is the Real Techniques buffing brush, and I'm going to work that into the skin to give it a nice glow. Now, how long has your hair been growing for to get it this length?
Since November.
So that's really quick. Your hair grows fast.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. Yeah, since November. I was completely bald in October, completely. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm then going to add a little bit of foundation, and I've gone for MAC Face and Body. This one's in N1, which is the lightest shade. I don't want anything that's too much coverage. I just want to even out the redness, and you don't really wear much foundation anyway, do you?
No.
But I still want it to look glowing, and Face and Body isn't too heavy, but you can build with it really nicely. So if you feel that it's not enough, you can build on top.
And use it on your body, is that why it's
use it on your body, yeah. You know who else does brilliant if you've got scars or anything to cover? Obviously if you're having radiotherapy you can't cover anything.
No.
But is it Sally Hansen? Leg and Tight Spray is amazing. It covers tattoos and it will cover scars, and it's basically just a spray that they use on the legs, but it is fantastic for covering stuff.
I'll write that down. Yeah, because you end up with several scars everywhere. But yeah, once all the radiotherapy and everything's finished, you can start to cover things up again. And
Okay, I'm going to pop a little bit of concealer on, and I have gone for a new MAC concealer. This is mineralised concealer in an NW20 for Alex. And I'm going to put it on the back of my hands and then use a brush. And I'm just going to run it, if you just look right up for me, a little bit under the eyes. And I'm going to pull it down into the cheeks areas, just so we can counteract a tiny bit of that redness. Really just delicately work it into the skin.
I run with a couple of the girls, a younger women's support group. Yeah.
Amazing. And how do people find out about that if they wanted to?
The hospital. There's leaflets all around the hospital. So it's a local one for Norwich. So
okay.
Do
other areas do them? Do you know?
They should do. Yeah. It's just kind of whether people have sort of set them up. I think I'd encourage anyone to set one up because you'd be surprised how many people are out there. Particularly, there tends to be a lot of older other groups for daytime stuff, which is all very well, but obviously a lot of the younger women tend to work, have families, you know,
of course.
It's actually a lot easier to go for a drink in the evening and, you know, want to come maybe have a glass of wine and, you know, a laugh rather than sort of sit down and
also chat to people that are going through the same thing.
Exactly, with younger children or just, you know, boyfriends or single and all those sort of different things, which are very different when you're a bit older. So
of course. I'm going to use a little bit of Nars primer. This one is Pro Prim. And I'm going to just pop that on the back of my hand and use my finger to work it into the eyes. Now I was going to use a paint pot, but you said to me that your lids get quite dry. So I'm veering away from a paint pot and something like this purely because it's a little bit more moisturising. Although it will hold the makeup into place, it's still slightly more moisturising. If you just close your eyes for me, I'm going to just pop that on with my finger. Now be very careful around the eye area because obviously there isn't lashes or not as many lashes. You need to be extra careful with the products that they don't fall down. Now I am going to take a little bit of MAC Brule and I'm going to use a MAC 217 brush. I'm going to push Brule all over the eye. If you just close for me. Now I want to get this right into the corner of the eye because it's sometimes a little bit more red in there. Right, I'm then going to take a little bit of Patina and a little bit of Mulch and I'm going to work these through the lash line. What I would say is be careful if you're using anything shimmery that it hasn't got too much glitter in and won't fall down. These Patina and Mulch are a slight shimmer but they're not too glittery, so they should be fine. So I'm going to take a little bit of Patina and I'm going to use a MAC 239. If you just close for me, I'm going to run that along the lash line. And just over the main lid of the eye. I'm then going to take a little bit of Mulch with the same brush. And if you just close for me, I'm going to work that even closer to the lash line. And I'm going to take my 217 that I was using before and check that that's all blending nicely. So we're just building colour. I'm then going to take a tiny bit of Brun, which is this one here, which is the dark brown, and I'm going to use it along the lash line. Now, this is going to create a slight line through the lash, so it's going to make them look a little bit thicker. If you just close for me. So I'm going to run that with a MAC 266 along the lash line, you can see with my hands, along the lash line and pull upwards slightly. So this is going to give you the look of a little bit thicker lashes. So if you haven't got a tattoo and you haven't got the liner there, it will just emphasise the eyes a little bit. MAC 217 again, and blend it to soften it. Now you like the lash line to be quite dark, don't you?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go over it. I'm going to blend the browns in to each other so that they're slowly staggering upwards in colour, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit of black just at the root. A bit of MAC Carbon, and I'm going to run that just along the lash line. I'm going to run a tiny bit under the eye as well, because you can definitely carry it off. If you just look right up for me. So that one was the Patina. I'm then going to take a little bit of the Brun, which is the brown, if you look right up. And same thing, pulling downwards this time, so it makes it a little bit smoky. Is that light affecting your eye? Do you want to put that there? Just look up for me. Blink anytime you need to. Now I'm going to run a teensy bit of the Carbon, which is the black eyeshadow. You can use any black just to thicken that a little bit more. Now, I'm doing one eye at a time because I'm trying to talk you through it quite slowly, and if I don't, then I'll probably miss important things. I'm going to get one eye done and then do the other one. A tiny bit of Studio Finish concealer. This one's in a colour that's a little bit light for Alex. I'm going to run this just through the brow bone to lift the brows and bring a bit of shape to the face. Did you find that your face got any puffier from...
Yeah, the steroids you have to take are supposed to help reduce that, but yeah, some of the chemos, and most people put on weight as well when you go on chemo, so yeah.
You haven't though, no?
I have, yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You must have been really too.
Well, I always had this chemo half a stone, but that always then sort of, yeah, this time, because I've had 3 different types of chemo, it's edging up, but...
Oh really?
Yeah.
Now Alex has told me she likes a smoky eye, so that's why we're going smoky. Now also, she's let me know that she can wear lashes, so I have got MAC number 31 lashes. And you can use most glues, can't you, you've found? But I'm a bit scaredy cat, so I've got a glue that is got no latex in it, because I'm a bit scared. I'm going to pop the glue on the back of the lashes.
They're nice lashes, they're very natural ones.
They're really natural, which is why I chose them. And I think they don't have gaps in between, like missing ones. Sometimes if they have gaps, then it looks like you've just got, you know, missing lashes.
When you haven't got any of your own.
Yeah. If you can just look down for me, I'm going to let it really dry before I even attempt to place it. Not that it's, I've put very small amount of glue on there. Right, if you just look down for me. Easy as that. Does that feel okay?
Yeah, it feels fine.
Now I haven't stuck it too close, and I made sure I've stuck it behind your lashes that I can see that are there. So it's definitely not touching the skin of the eye. Okay, I am going to run a tiny bit more of the Carbon just along that lash line. If you just close for me. Now I don't need to touch your brows because they're all done. Just get a cotton bud and just wipe over in case any makeup is sitting on there that we may not see the brows.
Yeah, I found that first time I put foundation on with them tattooed, I realised that I had to avoid the eyebrow, otherwise I covered them up.
Now you're going to ask a couple of ladies that are on that go to your what's it called?
Group.
Go to your group. If they'll come in that have lost their hair and lost their brows, so I can really go in depth and focus on brows and lashes. But this is really just to show you what products can be used. And to be honest, it's not that much different than normal products that you'd use, are there?
No.
I'm going to go in with a teensy bit more of the mineralised concealer under the eye, just to clean up. Still run that through the cheek.
Because you're often so tired on chemo, you often get your eyes get puffy and you get your circles and everything, because you obviously tiredness is one of the biggest things on chemo. So.
Yeah. You said you fell asleep at your desk the other day.
Yeah. Get really sleepy.
Now if you blow your own lashes, don't, because obviously your bacteria will go on there, so just look down for me. Lovely. And if you're doing the lashes on someone else, try not to fiddle with them too much. Just try and put them in place and then step away from them if you can. Open for me. Lovely. Powder the skin, and I have got a Clinique powder. This one is Invisible Blend 20, and it's slightly yellowing powder. I didn't want to use anything that has any more pink in it, because I used a pinky colour foundation, so I want to now stop so much of the pink coming through. So just softly push it over the skin. Now you said that you get quite a lot of hot flushes, so I've gone very, very light with everything, but I have to powder it. Yeah. If I don't, then it will just sweat off straight away. But I am going to go over the top with a cream product. I'm going to use a little bit of Sandler Cream blush. This one is in Riviera. And I'm just going to put that on the apples of the cheeks and through the cheekbone. I've kept it not so pink because you've got so much pink that's showing through anyway. We want to put a bit of a glow through the cheeks. And all I'm going to do is pop a little bit of gloss on the lips. You said your lips get really dry, so I'm using Super Balm Moisturising gloss from Clinique. This one is in grapefruit. Another one, which I haven't got here, but for the next video I will make sure I've got it, is the Clinique lip gloss, not Clinique, Clarins lip gloss that I use quite a lot, and I'll use that in the next one of these that I do. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
So I don't want too much colour because we've gone a bit heavier on the eyes, so I just want a little bit of gloss. Now you can, if you want, go for a little bit darker inside the eye. I'm going to steer away from the insides of the eyes because I think it will dry the eyes out a little bit more and you can get infected. So I'm going to keep it nice and clean, and that is the first of our videos in this series. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope it's been helpful. Thank you so much to Alex, and fingers crossed we'll have some other ladies come in to show you some more information about it.
Thank you, it's wonderful.
No problem at all.